seal, please.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to to Dark Heresy. I fucking forgot the name of this game for a second there.
Yeah, it's Merz to Dark Heresy.
It's fine, because I keep calling it Merz and Hammer.
It's fine. So last time our acolytes did some strategic planning. And yeah, you are going to be going to the northern front to perform a reconnaissance, first of all, and then possibly doing other things. Captain Lupus did detect a large underground complex near the largest city within the Ashen Front, though because of its depth, he wasn't able to ascertain much. And yeah. Oh, also, the ship that everyone boarded. Well, turns out the Ceiko had set up a contingency, so even if she died, her soul, rather than being consumed by the warp, would join with the ship and corrupt the machine spirit. So, yeah, Eloa jumped from one ship to another, and
Then that ship jumped to the warp.
Yeah, because the alternative was destruction.
And then in a few months, when it turns up again, a plucky crew led by Lawrence Fishburne will find it.
Yes. It is now going to start a new Space Hulk. That's
the seed
shit.
of a new. Yeah, that's a seed of a new Space Hulk, and we won't see it for. Oh, don't worry. If we survive, Merzendi is just going to have our characters lost in the warp for 100 years, and then we're going to spring back in the middle of the 13th Black Crusade, and the Space Hulk will reappear.
I mean, the 13th Black Crusade is finished 100 years from now.
No. The 13th Black Crusade, what's it called? The Reclamation Crusade took 100 years with Girly Man at the.
I mean, that's like the Indomitus Crusade, which was the Imperium's counter-war against the 13th Black Crusade. The 13th Black Crusade really ended with Cadia. Abaddon just won.
Yay.
I thought that the purpose of the Black Crusades were to eventually strike and overthrow Terra.
Yeah, but he does them, one war at a time.
I thought the entire thing was the 13th Black Crusade, and the Indomitus Crusade stymied it.
Not quite.
Well, it locked it down, and that's why Girly Man sent all of his. What?
Yeah, it's a bit
It
more.
doesn't matter now. There's no such thing as a 13th Black Crusade. We beat him in the last time in the Gothic sector. Everything is fine. Go Admiral Spire.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, one thing I did ask you all to think about was things you were wearing for going down to the planet. Now, some of you did give me answers last time, like Juno has a poofy princess dress, and she, I think, lent Cassa something. And of course, Graves has Death Knight armor.
I'd still rather be in my my light carapace with the camellia line paint.
So you'd rather completely ignore subtlety?
I mean, I'd rather ignore subtlety too, but alas.
So,
Fair.
I did have a question, and it's real quick, a yes or no. Given my knowledge of ancient war armor and stuff like that, given that Juno is basically a knight, is there any way I would be able to convince the machine spirit to take on the dressings of an ancient pattern of power armor that more resembles just like knight armor?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what Graves has had done with his carapace armor.
Yep.
So yeah, if you wanted to, you could just take some extra time to do that to, like, anyone who wants to be in armor.
Well, the problem is Graves' carapace armor doesn't have a machine spirit.
I mean, still, convincing the machine spirit is just part of the same trade armorer test.
So, Savin,
Sure, I would love knight armor.
I know you were
Same.
married to the poofy princess design, but do you think you could lend me your power armor so that I could convince it to allow me to let it wear the regalia of ancient Terran armor,
Oh, I bet my machine spirit would love that.
as to disguise yourself? You'd have most of your abilities, but I'm afraid that I would probably have to convince the machine spirit not to give you the like photo visor, because in Warhammer 40k that means the eye parts glow. That'd probably make you stand out.
Yeah, just turn off the glowing eyes.
Basically, turn off the
Okay.
glowing eyes and then, disguise the more advanced parts in regalia and stuff like that.
Alright, so to make those modifications to Juno's armor, it'll be a trade armorer, minus 30.
Minus a 30, you say?
Yes.
May I use my Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus and my servo skulls and stuff like that to try to offset?
How would you use... Well, how would you be doing that?
Well, first of all, I'd use my Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus to peer into the ancient past and use sacred unguents to try to appease the machine spirit. And then I would use my, what's it called? My servo skull and a loyal servant of the Adeptus Mechanicus who serves even beyond death to um, and I have very often mentioned that my servo skull doesn't really have a name because it's so old that the name eventually faded and got scratched off.
Yeah?
That's why Eloa calls the servo skull Boops or Beeps.
Yeah, how many ranks of Forbidden Law do you have?
Ooh, only one.
Then, that's only going to give you a plus 10. And the Servo Skull will also give you another plus 10. So you're looking at a minus 10 from those. If you want, you can get like Casa assistance. But I'm not sure if you want to do that, given that you're reaching into the ancient and higher mysteries of the Mechanicum.
That's true. And before, I didn't want to do a bunch of faff last session, but I do have stuff I want to talk to Casa about this session.
Oh,
But I will make the roll right now.
alright. Yes, you can adjust and remodel Juno's power armor so that it as sleeker, closer fitting, and above all, does not look so does not look to be power armor, simply fine quality plate.
Lady Juno, I have convinced your machine spirit to acquiesce to my request. However, I was not only unable, but refused to cover the coat of arms on either shoulder. You will need to think of an excuse for those, but I'm sure that in your infinite wisdom you could figure out one.
Oh yes, that will do. Thank you,
I am
Eloa.
I'm sorry to say that I have powered off your sensorium arrays. They will not aid you in as long as you have them powered off. I have installed a switch for them to be immediately activated. However, such primitives, once they see your eyes glow red with the Emperor's fury, will likely take umbrage to it.
That will be fine.
Thus, you may land on the planet in full regalia.
Alright. I should get a shield and a sword.
Graves kicks down the door. Did someone say sword and shield?
Yes.
Okay. And for Ceiko, that means I'm gonna have all of my bonuses.
Yeah. If Seiko wants it done, you
Yeah,
can
sure.
You can definitely make his.
With 9 degrees success.
Yeah.
10 even?
Well,
10.
your armor isn't advanced enough to be considered a machine spirit, so it's just clothing, basically.
Bob, you would be able to wear an armored body glove, but not like carapace under it.
Okay.
Okay. I have a question. Do I actually need the weapon training low tech to use the sword?
Hold on, because I think that's one you are considered as a waste starting with.
I don't think so, actually.
Because that'd be really
Although,
dumb if I can use a chain sword, but not a normal sword.
If I were the GM, I would say that specifically Sisters of Battle should be able to know how to use like swords and stuff like that, because surely you trained with them in the Scholar Progenium.
I'm pretty sure you got it, but I don't think everyone's got it. It's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I only have flame, chain, and now bolt.
Because I'd understand where a regular guardsman from a hive city learned how to wield a chainsword. That's a lot different than wielding a regular sword. There's probably a lot of different balances and stuff like that. But, surely Scholar Progenium, they taught that.
You'd think.
Alright, so... Okay, here's the thing I was thinking of. So, note that a character without the weapon training low-tech talent operating a weapon that functions as a low-tech weapon in certain circumstances does not suffer this penalty, so long as he has the applicable weapon training talent for the weapon. Power for a power sword, for example. Which doesn't mean you would strictly require it. However, I see there is no particular difference between a turned-off chain sword and a regular sword. So I'm gonna say if you have chain, you can use a normal sword.
Excellent.
I mean, I would argue a power sword as well, because they act as normal swords. Even
That was the
when they're powered
example
up.
specifically given in the thing I read aloud.
Alright, then yes. I will acquire a sword and a shield, and I will paint up my fucking shield with the Deandra coat of arms.
Fair enough.
Do I actually need to roll to acquire that on this fucking Rogue Trader show?
No.
Alright, excellent.
If you wanted a mono sword, you would have to, but no, just a regular sword, you are fine.
What does mono add to a sword?
2 pen.
That's that would be like a hidden thing, wouldn't it? Like no one would be like, oh, that's a no one born on a feudal world would be like, oh, that's a monoblade.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then yes, I would actually like to try and acquire a monoblade first, because normal swords have pen 0, and that sucks.
It's true.
All right.
Scrolling. Mono is a scarce up. So, yeah, getting a mono sword would be like an influence -10 roll, or just
Sure.
spend 2.
I'll use a fate point for that.
Okay.
I guess I'll just take a normal sword then.
I
actually need-
did say you could just spend 2
Oh, yeah.
influence and get it.
I'm so close to having 69 influence, though. I can't afford to spend any.
Fair
It's
enough.
too important. If I actually need to fight someone, I'll take out the fucking chain axe. Let's see. Good old hand weapons.
Yeah, sure, Eloa. You can, get her in there. It's a little, knock on your, cell door.
I will open it and beckon her inside.
Good morning, Adept. You asked for me?
Casa. Now, what I am about to say, you may take umbrage to, but you must realize where I come from, everything is measured and if one is not useful, one is made into a servitor. You were born among the dirt, among the lessers of your kind, and yet you have risen from there to the ranks of the Inquisition itself. So I ask you this, from where you are and your adaptations to the world of the machine god, do you wish to walk further along that path? For I tell you this now, no matter how much you research and no matter how long you live, you will not be privy to the secrets of the Omnissiah as you are.
What specifically do you mean, Eloa? Further along this path?
By my rights as a tech executor of the Lethe Worlds, I can sponsor you into our order. You would have your weak flesh stripped from you, the true flesh implanted, and you would become greater than you are now.
I do rightly like working with a machine, but that's quite a step you're asking me to make.
It is not something I require you to do now, only an invitation. Know this. If you continue walking along your path and you wander into places unsavory without the correct, how should I put it, authorization, then I will not stop you per se, but those who come after you, I will not stop either. There is great lore to be learned in the path of technology. It holds incredible danger to those whose minds are not warded against such heresies.
She gulps a little at the thought of people coming after her. So, I understand. I will need to think about this, though. Please don't interpret me not accepting now as a refusal per se, but
I'll hold up a hand. This is not a threat. I simply see the thirst for knowledge in you, the same that drives my entire order. The only thing is, I respect you as a person, and your contributions to our warband have been immeasurable. So I would hate to see the tech executors be sent after you simply because you opened the wrong databank. If you wish, then you should simply keep your knowledge as it is. There is no harm and nothing wrong with staying as you are.
alright. Thank you, Eloa. I will think about it. I promise.
May you ever walk in the omniscized glow.
She nods and just attempts to approximate the shape of the holy cog with her fleshy hands.
Flashes you a gang sign.
A smile and nod.
Yeah. Was there anything else that anyone wanted or needed to do before you set off?
Nope.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's just whoop you on over to the strategic map. And, yeah, you guys, we're going to the northern front, yeah?
I believe so, yes. That's where most of the population is.
It's the most populous of these three, yes. So yeah, I'll just shoot the warband marker over. And yeah. So, and you're getting ready to load up. Kira has a question for all of you. Hey guys, nice digs. Since you're all looking like that, I'm assuming you don't want the tank loaded up.
Right, not for this mission.
At least, not yet.
Alright. How close do you want me to land you?
At least a day's walk outside of any settlements. We don't need them seeing the gunship.
Preferably a full aspect scan beforehand. Maybe a small clearing among a thicket.
Yeah, can do.
Of course, not that I'll be joining them.
I still say we could pass you off as a hunchback. There's no need to stay up here brooding.
First off, I am not brooding. Second off, perhaps a demonstration. And I will tuck my mechadendrite back and then throw a tarp over myself, and it appears rather jagged and misshapen.
Yes, just like a hunchback.
Unfortunate.
I don't know, Juno. That looks bad enough for most people at Burner.
Superstitious backward savages would not accept me. Now simply throw off the tarp. It is of no matter. Surely you remember my maglev coils, correct?
Yes.
So long as the ship is within, I suppose even in low atmosphere, I could simply jump out and join. The only problem would be high atmosphere. I'm not exactly certain that my suit could take the extreme heat of re-entry.
Well, I can definitely dip us in back to low for you to jump.
Indeed. We can maintain a locked orbit above your position. But unfortunately, with all of the gifts of the Omnissiah on a world like this, I will not be able to join you without immediately shattering your cover.
If
I
you're
have
sure.
done as I can to ensure that you are properly equipped and warded, but I cannot be there in person.
I'm trying so hard not to go like, yes, this is a sneaking mission, while Grave stomps around in his knight armor.
Well,
Huh.
yeah, because you guys are disguised. You can't disguise a
Yeah,
Mechanicus.
We're disguised as well as Solid Snake does in a fucking lab coat.
Listen,
No,
the
you're
blade. Listen, the blade cuts both ways. Do you know how much you remember how much I got out of trouble just by being, I'm a Mechanicus beep boop on the last.
Oh yeah, I know.
This is fair.
In some places I can blend into the background. On a feudal world, I cannot. However, I took maglev coils and maglev transcendence, so I can be there within. Oh, how long did it take? What's his name to return to Earth after jumping from the stratosphere? Like what? 9 minutes?
Let's see. It was Felix Baumgartner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
And I could get there slightly faster because I can activate maglev coils far sooner than he activated his parachute.
4 minutes, 36 seconds.
So I could probably be there within 3 minutes.
I mean, he did free fall for all but the last 16 seconds.
Ah, well then, probably the same thing with maglev coil. So I can be there within 4 minutes.
4.5 would be the estimation. And given maglev coils, you could probably accelerate yourself past normal terminal velocity. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but you could.
I'd rather not.
Right. Well, hopefully it won't come down to that, so... In the meantime, goodbye, Hug?
I suppose. I am told I give the best hugs.
You do,
I
it's
hope
true.
you like. I hope you like multiple mechadendrite hugs.
Lol.
You are very nice for a battle sister.
And you are... very relatable for a beat boop.
Am I the only one who thought that was a little racist?
It was definitely a little racist.
I wasn't
Racism.
gonna say it, but
Racism refers to a specific suborder of the Homo sapiens sapiens. I was merely reflecting on the normal prejudices of our order.
Well, then
Does
she
that
called you a
make-
beat boop.
does that make it theologist?
Most likely.
I feel myself unprepared for this conversation. Hence I shall just not participate in it.
Why do you all have to make it awkward? We were having a moment.
Forgive me. Do not worry. You will have many more. This mission shall go well. We'll
Yes.
see to it.
Hopefully. I'd hate for this to be the only touching thing that happens on this whole reconnaissance thing. It'd be a
At the
lot
very
easier if we
least.
could make friends with everyone on the planet and all sing campfire songs together while we direct artillery fire down onto the Xenos, who they will give up unto us without a struggle.
Indeed.
At the very least, you may comfort yourselves in knowing that I will be personally overseeing the machine spirit of your getaway vehicle.
It actually is very reassuring. Thank you, Eloa.
May the Omnisci smile upon you. Well then, I see no reason why we should not depart. Testicles, spectacles, walls, and watch.
1. Last matter. Emperor, go with you.
Indeed. May we follow in his path.
Lord Captain is speaking over a loudspeaker into the hangar.
Doesn't change what I say. Alright. Are we all ready then? Well, I suppose we could take a 5-minute coffee break.
Bob. Alright.
I'm gonna keep playing on that if you guys are.
Look. There is such a resemblance! I would honestly believe it if, I found out those two were supposed to be art of father and son.
I know that's why I'm playing up. Just hey, yeah, I don't know this.
Alright. Just one thing I need to do, and that is put on some music for myself.
Oh, no, don't do this.
Alright. So, with preparations all made, Kirill lift you off, then start making Auspec scans to find a suitable drop-off point. Won't take too long, though most of us. What?
Merzendi, can I very quickly make a roll to either acquire or purchase a side-by-side sawed-off shotgun for reasons? Hang on.
There are a lot
There
of
is a
screwheads on this planet.
Shh. Hang on. The joke's not done yet.
Alright, and did you want it sawn off?
Yeah, and I mean, I could probably do that myself.
You could, yeah. I just also need to quickly open the book that has the thing for sawn off. No, not that one. Here we.
Isn't that basically compact?
No. It's like compact but better, because it lets you. Well, it gives you bonus damage at short range. All right. Yeah. Do you care about quality at all?
I mean, not a poor quality, obviously. Well, no. This was found on Mart, Shop S Mart. Surely it's good quality. Found on aisle 5.
Alright, so making it double barrel, rather than having 8 shots, that'll, decrease the rarity by 1 and then going to, yeah, that's going to be a scarce item to get a good quality double barrel.
I don't even care. I will, can I throw both armor and influence at this?
I mean, I wasn't going to make you do an armorer. It's a really simple job.
Okay. Influence then?
Yep. So if you wanted to spend, it would cost you 2, or you could roll at a -10.
Yeah, me rolling. Yeah, it doesn't work out so well. Unless I'm dealing with the Adeptus Mechanicus, no. Alright. So, Bob and or Savin, do either of you have the ability to use a shotgun?
Nope. Not unless it's a bolt shotgun. Which would actually be fucking cool now that I think about it.
What would be...
Let me scroll down and see what shotguns are.
Technically we both. Technically we do, because doesn't everybody start with basic weapons?
No,
to-
no, you do not start with solid
Oh.
projectile.
Oh, okay, so you need training solid projectile. So no, neither of us do.
Well, which of you has the higher BS?
Probably Savin.
Doubtful. It's only 32.
Yeah,
That's higher.
Savin,
Wow.
yeah.
Alright, before we begin the drop, Eloa will walk up to... I give you a gift. They will likely not understand what it is. It is not too technologically advanced for them to raise any brows. After all, it simply looks like a metal. For down there, the screwheads are many and primitive.
I never had training with firearms. Unfortunately, even bolt weapons come recently. Can you convert it to fire bolt shells?
This is a scattergun. Unfortunately, if I were to put a bolt shell in there, a hydrojet weapon would simply tear it apart.
But could you make it not?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
But I give this weapon to you. I have already named it, as you can see written on the barrel.
The boomstick. I see.
What an
Interesting.
eloquent name.
Well, alright then. Thank you. I don't know if I'll ever need it, but just in case.
Ella will nod and then tentacle off to somewhere else. I'm glad I did this, guys.
Alright.
There you are, Savin. I've put its stats in chat.
Fucking... DCL, do you have the ability to use just basic firearms?
You're a funny man, Savin.
Alright.
I have solid projectile.
Okay, yes, as soon as Eloa's gone, Juno's gonna, like, look at this thing like it's a fucking alien tentacle and then just hand it to Ceiko. And then she's going to take out her bolt pistol and just rack the slide. This is my boomstick. Holster.
That's +2 damage in close range on top of scatters?
Yes,
Wow.
that's what sawing it off does.
Nice. That's like, what, +5 in point blank, or is that still... Point blank
See,
still close range?
Yes. That would be +5 at point blank, and yeah.
1d10 +9 is nothing to scoff at. Even if it is pen 0.
Yeah. Also, +3. +10 to hit.
Oh yeah, wow.
So, like, if you get in point blank with this, you've got a +40 to hit, and you're doing like 1d10 +9 damage.
Dang, if only I did not have to use a shield, I would have actually taken that and dual wielded that for melee.
You don't have to use a shield.
I'm going to use a shield.
Like, I can understand that.
You don't get to say I don't have to use a shield after the shit you pulled last session, Merz.
What are the odds of us fighting another Psyker?
I don't like to think about them.
Me neither.
He says directly to the Psyker.
Yes.
Alright,
That's why I was trying to bank up enough to try and get a adamantium will, but it's shoo. Gonna be a minute.
yeah. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. Finding a good place to land. Alright, Penguin Squad, I've got 2 places marked. One, it's about a day and a half's walk away from nearest major settlement, and it's it's a little recessed area. Yes, I think you did bring Casa. It's a recessed area in some hills. There's a lake there. Looks real pretty. Other one, bit further out, 2 solid days' march. But just as requested, clearing in the woods.
How convenient.
I suggest the lake. There was a story my mother used to tell me back on our homeworld about a mystical lake and a lady that resided within it who would grant questing knights who visited her a blessed canon created in the Emperor's name. Perhaps we'll be so lucky.
Not exactly where I thought that story was going, but okay.
What?
We'll sit down by the lake. Prepare for a march, though. I have a feeling that wherever we go, we will be far away from our primary destination.
Yeah, hope you guys have been keeping up your cardio.
I was born on the planet where it was the only thing that mattered.
I don't really do cardio, but I have enough drugs on me to keep me going. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Once again, not where I thought that was going, but I suppose I cannot argue.
Juno just give you a little playful wink.
Now, we're all ready. Let's get to it.
Yeah, let's just make sure I don't have dynamic lighting turned on for this. Would be a bit shit to, have a background and then, not use it. And actually I should grab, you salutes. Yeah. Kara, set the gun cutter down, just in a little, relatively flat plateau between some of the peaks, and drop the ram. Alright, Penguin team, you are clear to disembark. We'll be on Vox.
Roger that. Talk to you soon.
I'll snap you a little salute as you down to the troop bay and then out into the grassy expanse. As promised, there is indeed a large lake and a couple of smaller pools adjacent. and all around there is a ring of quite steep-looking peaks. Going to have to navigate those in order to, well, start heading towards a settlement. The air is clean, crisp. I think for some of you, it's maybe the first time in a long time, if not the first time in your entire lives, that you aren't breathing in a cloud of pollutants.
Really does remind me of home.
So this is what clean air tastes like.
I think there's something wrong with my mouth.
Oh? Come here, let me take a look.
Yeah, she'll step up and, no, there's nothing wrong. She's just used to Moab. That's recycled and, radiation-infused air.
Juno will smile and pat Cass's cheek. No. I think you're you're just fine, Cassa. This is what pure air tastes like. Enjoy it while you can.
To be honest, it makes me miss the taste of the Empire all the more.
This is the taste of the Empire, Graves. This is an Imperial world, and there are many like it.
What was the air like in your home planet?
Well, let's just say there was a rather peculiar sense of, excursion, of musk that you never really got out of the air. I don't like talking about it.
Can't say I blame you.
I spent the majority of my early childhood in a gas mask.
Well, how about... And we're not under any particular time pressure, and it's near midday already. Why don't we all sit down and have a bit of a picnic?
An enjoyable idea. But we do have business, and we never know which second will be the fatal one if we spend it. Until we spend it, I meant. We should get a move on.
Right, well, at least permit me a momentary distraction, then.
A short
Juno's
one.
gonna go over to the shore of this big old lake and clap her hands in prayer, then toss like a little imperial coin out into the middle of it. Tribute for the Lady of the Lake.
That sounds like heresy.
No, she was a saint of the Emperor, of course.
I shouldn't have said that in the voice because that was out of character.
Yeah, Juno just
Paying
looms in
tribute
like,
to another,
bitch, how dare you?
paying tribute to others than the Emperor? That sounds like heresy.
Right, well, let's get going.
Very quickly, sidebar for your explorations. Casa now has control of a multitask servitor, which includes augur and utility. Which means she'll get a +10 to her tech use, and it acts as a best quality augur array.
It's pretty handy.
Best quality augur array can see into like warp fields and stuff like warp fields and stuff like that. So
Yeah, should be able to detect pretty much anything, even if it's normally invisible.
Now then, which direction are we headed off to?
So we made a very detailed scan of this area, right? With our Argo arrays while we were in orbit.
Yes.
Can I direct them from where I am?
God, I've seen Black Hawk Down. I don't want someone in fucking orbit trying to direct traffic here.
Except that I can see you in real time. And also, I'm not going to guide you into an area where you have no vertical cover.
Yeah, if someone wants to vox to ask Eloa which direction we're going, then yeah, she can start guiding you. Or she can just vox and volunteer it. It's marvelous two-way system for vox.
You can't stop her. She has the power. But yes. I mean, if no one else is going to make the contact, I'll be like, hey, Eloa, dear, would you be able to provide us with overhead support?
We are maintaining locked orbit above your position. Please head toward these coordinates. I would suggest using boops to scout ahead. You can scout ahead within 30 meters and reveal things unseen.
Alright then.
I have already informed Casa, but Graves, once you make contact, ensure that the flying skull is surrendered unto and concealed into a, because if these primitives dare even harm a singular chip off of its head, I will kill them all.
Understood. For the sake of mercy from you, I'll make sure to hide it. Now then, Baltus, Juno, you should be the heads of our party, considering that you have the best decorum and will make the greater face. Ceiko, trail behind me a little bit. We'll keep outlook and make sure that we don't get ambushed.
A reminder that Ceiko has a chameleon cloak, so he could be invisible if he stays still long enough.
Exactly, but it never hurts to be careful. We've all should know at this point that technology is no substitution for skill or caution.
Nor is caution a substitute for the Emperor's grace. Let us hope he watches over us in this forsaken world.
Speaking of, I'm gonna roll stuff.
Alright.
For DOS.
Yeah.
Alright, we get on the move.
Yes. So, was that... So, Ceiko's being sneaky. Is he, like, sneaking ahead, or just... or sneaking a bit behind, or what?
I'd say sneaking a bit behind.
That is probably the sensible sniper sneak.
Yes.
So, let's just say you're going left or right. So Ceiko's at the back. And he is a ninja. Casa has to be up near the front to, direct boops in his, scoutiness.
That was my mistake.
The zoom lines.
And I guess.
Well,
Baltus, you're going in the front? Okay.
While we are going without contact, I would like to refresh once again our story.
Oh no. Guys, separate.
there you go. I tried. I tried.
Well, the most sensible story is that I'm a traveling princess, a diplomat from a distant empire, come to make contact with the lords and ladies of this land. Perhaps they can tell us about the other strange visitors they've received, that we might learn of them and join them in their deviant ways.
Okay, wait, Merz, the only problem I have with that, and I want to see if it's going to be a problem, do we know enough about their customs to know that it would be weird for, like, a singular princess to be coming around without an entourage?
I have an entourage. You guys.
I mean, without,
Yeah.
like, a major entourage. We're basically traveling through the forest right now.
Well, stamping over the mountains, but yeah, basically. You don't really know that much.
Fair enough.
There was relatively little information available on Lethe, to begin with. Learning things like that are part of what your mission is.
Fair enough. For the sake of cover, let us say that we are from a very small and eccentric kingdom, one that they have likely never heard of, and that way we have a reason for our customs being weird.
Yes, of course. Perhaps we're from the other continent, beyond the burning lands. I'm sure they'll understand.
Better to say that we don't know in which location we are, in case we meet a traveler of the realms who is able to counter our story. Let us simply say that we are lost in our travels, but enjoying our travels nonetheless.
Wise words. Still, I think it's best to lie as little as we can. Use as much truth as possible in our cover. I at least know that I am not accustomed to speaking fabrications. If I can weasel words into saying truths that sound believable to them, all the better.
That sounds like lying to me.
It's not lying, it's a lack of context.
Well, however you wish to contextualize it, I shall try to play the role of the overprotective knight, trying to hush you and keep you silent from spilling too much information that might endanger our small kingdom.
Fair enough. Casa, you shall be my lady-in-waiting. And Baltus? What of you? My lordly retainer?
Are your fiancé that you are touring the world with?
Her,
Only in fiction.
I don't know if that's wise. Customs might dictate that we be a little closer than is comfortable for either of us.
Or it's something silly like only the husbands can talk for their wives, or
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
And what of you, Ceiko, assuming that you're still within earshot?
That's a good question.
Maybe
If they never see him, it doesn't
That's
matter.
also, yeah, that's very true. If anyone asks, I'm bodyguard.
It's better that he not ever gets seen, but we never know. If
He
he does,
is our peerless ranger who hides his face behind a mask to cover up some old shame and cannot remove it lest he bring dishonor upon himself.
an
I
active
think I can
penance.
just say nasty scars.
Well, that's not nearly as interesting, but alright, fine.
Yes, it is.
No, it gives you an air of mystique and mystery.
I'm at least glad to see that you're getting into it. Still, though, let's not overcomplicate the matter on that.
I don't think we need.
But role-playing is fun.
Pat. Now, we've got our stores covered. The rest will just have to be improvisation.
Oh. As you already said, you don't feel well, Juno at least doesn't seem to feel a burning need to press on at super speed. What about the rest of you, who aren't in power armor and therefore would have to worry a lot more about cardio? Because
Well,
I'm
all for taking it fucking easy, because Baltus plus walking equals.
Slow.
Yeah, we need
I'll
to
be
get you
honest.
some roller skates, my dude.
I'll be honest, I bragged about my cardio prowess, but also this armor is heavy as fuck.
Oh no, the Sigi dilemma. We need to put rocket boots on to Baltus.
I mean, I could put rocket boots on myself, right? But
Yeah, there's just a tiny chance that the trees will bleed.
this
I've
is
got good agility and average strength. I'll be fine.
Mm,
Wait,
I'm not wearing too heavy armor.
6. Okay.
well, the question is really, are you trying to double time it?
No.
I don't think so.
I kind of want to, but I don't really see a reason why.
None of us are very speedy boys. I think trying to double time it is just gonna fuck us.
Are we that pressed for time?
I don't think we are, but I don't want to make the assumption and then be like, by the way, if you had been here early. That's the only thing I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah. If only you had been here earlier where the tower just walking openly amongst the peasantry.
But
I
yes,
mean-
we shall take it easy and breezy for right now.
Alright.
All right, with that, BRB, a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, one thing I didn't actually take into account when giving Kira's estimate was Baltus. And his, what is Baltus's agility bonus again?
2. Why? I have moved
Yeah.
2. Well, all right. Let me just pop. Let's see if I can even cast this mother.
Baltus and walking.
Oh boy, we've just landed on the planet. Let's start casting psychic powers.
Psyker's gonna psych.
Yay!
That still would have failed.
Would you like to fate it?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh
I feel
boy.
like this is a dangerous path, my friend.
Do it. Do it, nerd.
Yeah. I fade it. I would have. My mouse double clicks randomly, and it double clicked past the bonus. I would have gotten a +10 bonus.
Oh, you're fading into a success, not.
Okay.
Okay. I was
Yeah, I
really
didn't-
sitting here hoping for like a 99 or something, but oh well.
Yeah. I did let me put in the 10 from a focus.
Okay. That
From-
makes sense. Slightly disappoints me, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. So then, yeah. What is everyone's agility bonus?
4.
Minus +4.
Alright. Ceiko? Right, yes, when to AFK. I'll just look.
If he's not the speediest among us, I'm gonna be shocked.
Yeah, he is also a 4. So everyone is at 4 or better.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah,
What would be warp speed 5's movement speed?
for you, 7. Like, it gives you unnatural equal to your PR, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's I'm trying to work out the math for like half move, full move.
Well, it would give you half move of 7 and then full move of 14, etc. etc.
Okay, 14. 1, 8. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm also writing them down in my condition so I don't have to actually change my movement on paper and go back and forth all the time. 5, 5. I really should have done it at 4. That was way closer than it should have been. Darn. Oh well.
Yeah, I mean, you could have just cast it at 2 and you would have been keeping up with everyone.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I keep thinking I'm that much slower than everyone, not just a little bit.
Yeah. So... Yeah, as I was saying, that would actually mean, as you're at 4, if you were travelling just purely as the crow flies, Kira's estimate would be a bit off. You would be able to, get to the settlement in just one day. However, there are mountains. And mountains are, very well known for slowing people down. So,
I'm back.
what I'm going... Welcome back. You're just in time for a party skill challenge. Everyone, is going to need to roll me either acrobatics or athletics, and I'm going to judge your total degrees of success. If,
Darn, I should have trained
your...
that.
Yeah. If your net is, a success, then yeah, you'll be able to get to a settlement in 1 day. It's not going to... Oh, no, Eloa, you're fine. You're not involved. And I will give you a +10 because of Boops being able to help you find, a decent path.
Oh.
Yes, I did it.
So what you got instead, Savin, was a 13.
What?
You got a +10.
Which is included.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh, you already did. Never mind.
Okay, so we get a +10.
Yep.
Okay, well.
Oh.
Woo!
For a +10, then I only...
Oh, look at that!
And
Good job, Bobo.
Then I only failed by 1, thankfully.
I think that actually means the party succeeds.
Yeah, wow.
Juno brings in 2, Casa brings in 3, Baltus brings in 1.
Wait, that's an agility roll, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. So Baltus brings in 4. Actually, is it? Yes, it is 4. So 9 degrees of success, and then with +10, so you're at a 42 against a 31. That is actually 2 doff. And Graves would be a 54 against a 41. That would be 1 doff.
That was without the +10 you were saying.
Yeah,
Adam.
same, both of
Yes,
them.
yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, it'd be 51. So, party wins by 6 degrees of success. You conquer the mountains. Good rolling, guys.
Yeah, everyone did a good job. No one messed up.
No one messed up too badly, anyway.
No one messed up. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So you can make quick time out of the mountains. Take a brief break to eat, and then oh, given that Eloa is navigating for you, and she has your position as tracked and a full map of the place from the scans. Yeah, I'm not going to require any navigate rolls. And yeah, you have not been on this expedition long enough for me to care about, for me to worry about food. Although that is a question. How many, ration packs are you guys bringing with you?
What's a ration pack?
That is a good point.
It's a thing in the in the armor.
That
How many
was
can I
more of
carry?
Juno's reaction to that question.
Out of character, I forgot, but in character, considering Graves' history, he's probably all about that. That's probably still his main staple food.
Fair enough, you poor bastard.
Graves eats only MREs.
It's what he had to do for a majority of his life. It's probably real hard to break that habit. Now,
I'm
considering
just trying to find the weight.
Yeah, I was about to say, considering I don't have to carry around my 50-pound my personal power field now, I probably have a lot more I can carry.
Why did you think? Well, oh wait, it's you have it on a little trolley. Now I remember it's like in a backpack.
Yeah, it's
Why
like in a
did you put
backpack.
that-
I wanted to take it with me down here, but I couldn't. So now I have 50 pounds of carry that I have.
I can still have my Rosarius fixed to my armor, right? It's just not on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. That you
And
could
you
just
could
wear
even
like
turn it on.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
just
it
a
visible?
bling bracelet.
It's only visible when it activates.
Eh,
But does that mean I could have taken my power pack?
That one is less subtle than the Rosarius.
Fair enough. Anyways, I also forgot because I increased my toughness, my carry weight.
Got a regular conversion field?
Nah, I don't have anything else.
I'm talking about mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so long as you don't get hit, it's pretty subtle.
what
Alright.
what was Kira's call sign again?
I believe it was Firebird?
Alright, there's a call sign handout. Excellent.
Well, I'm running really well. I also don't write down the weights, so I'm sort of fucking drivers indeed.
Okay, so it also does not have a listed weight for MREs. It just says, because of the circumstances in which Dark Heresy characters operate, you are usually able to find sufficient food. I guess in this case, you really aren't in that much danger of it.
I hunt.
Ceiko can indeed
You want me to
actually
give a
be the
survival roll?
masked ranger and hunt, I guess. Yeah, if you want to, you can. Or, well, Juno is also. You can hunt some, like lizards that are like about as tall as your thighs, and get to work on preparing them. Well, Penguin actual, Firebird coming in now. drop ETA 3 minutes.
Juno looks at her comm and be like, I was shitposting, but thank you. Roger that, Firebird. Thank you. We'll clear the LZ.
Negative, no LZ. Can't put down proper. Gonna be a crate drop. Over.
Affirmative. She's gonna wave everyone away from the clearing.
Yeah. Just as Ceiko is coming back with a brace of lizards, there is a roaring sound, and about 30 seconds later, a just big crate falls by parachute, landing directly in front of him.
Package received, Firebird. Penguin team out. Thanks for dinner.
Eloa, that was the food, right? We haven't, accidentally dropped a ton of promethium on them.
Promethium is a fine substitute.
For eating.
Of course, a sister would say that.
Just going to bathe in this shit.
Indeed, I suppose one has no hunger pains if they are dead.
I have auspic scanners. I ensured that their delivery was mostly rations.
Mostly.
Oh,
Oh. Speaking of lizards, did Juno bring Sir Hissy along with this trip?
Sir Nicodemus.
Sir Nicodemus.
Yes,
the
Sir
Hissy.
Nicodemus the Hissy. And yes, he is hanging out on her helmet.
Okay.
Is his tail growing back?
Yes. There is a nub starting to form.
Rad.
Alright, we actually have the vehicle's ammo too.
Yeah. You can chow down on pre-prepared ration packs or on fresh lizard. Or a combination of both for a variety.
I think I'll stick to the ration packs out of respect for Sir Nicodemus.
I mean,
More lizard for me.
fair enough.
Look, how would you like it if you saw your giant alien masters eating human in front of you?
But
I mean, are we talking vor or cunnilingus?
Cannibalism.
I wish I knew enough about Warhammer lore so I could go into a completely secular tirade about how this certain sector of MREs tastes better than the other. Or has a unique flavor. But I don't know the sectors. That's the only reason I want you to know that that didn't happen.
So we can say it happened in.
You could say it happened in character.
I'm just going to send you a link, DCL.
You're back.
Feel free to draw names up from that at random.
The list of sectors.
So who would like to sing rousing campfire songs while we're out here together in the middle of nowhere, all by ourselves?
Let's gather round the campfire.
I don't think you wish to sing the songs that I've learned around the campfires.
Well, then how about I teach you some of ours? We shall sing some hymns to the Emperor.
Indeed, anything that is not the titular take the noose rather than not.
Ain't no cock like horse cock.
What is the knot?
You don't wish to know.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. E.
Ah, yes. What wholesome songs that do not involve getting gift.
No, instead they involve dying gloriously for the Emperor.
Much more wholesome.
Better.
Alright, Juno, pick yourself and one other person.
Must they die?
Me and, Baltus.
Alright, you two are going to get a +10 to the next test you have to make.
Yay!
Because
Yay.
happy singing.
Bob absolutely needs that more than anyone else.
So by sheer luck, I happen to know the song. Just
I interpret it as the song just made you happy.
yeah, that could be.
I mean, however you want to interpret it, it has in some way inspired you.
Take your bonus and smile, bitch.
Write that down. Okay, that just.
Yeah. I need to step away just real quick and use the restroom.
I mean, we are strangers in a strange land, Savin.
It's true. I mean, they won't know that the Emperor is a space god.
I mean, just in general, they can't even understand us.
I mean, they all speak High Gothic.
Yeah, that's the thing. I assume we're speaking Low Gothic right now, which is going from speaking like Shakespeare to speaking like.
Savin's character should know High Gothic.
Yes,
I'm
but
not saying-
we're not speaking that at camp.
Yeah, we're
But
not currently. We're speaking Low Gothic at camp, so anyone listening in would just hear basically the equivalent of a rap song, and
Oh.
and therein,
Unless the hymn was in High Gothic, because
I
Probably
wanna point out-
was.
you know, that could be it.
It's a psalm from like an old version of the Bible, not the new translation. Lots of these and thines.
How? You know what? That could be it. Makes sense. Makes sense.
that explains why Baltus got the +10 because
he's also a highborn who might have heard it, or did. Oh, actually, it could be you. Wait, Juno went to Terra, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably where we heard it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You've been there too. So.
Yeah.
Sanctioned Psychers have to have gone to Terra at least once in their life.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's a nice Terran folk song.
Oh, the crushing crowds are great today. Today we get to see the gate, the gate, the gate, the gate of eternity.
Was that like Miz?
No, that was just purely improv.
Wow.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, Les Mis is probably like super turbo band since it's all about, anti-establishment.
I mean, it
Absolutely.
would be if it would have been possible for it to have survived this long. And
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, Javert would totally be an Arbites.
yeah, So, once you've packed down for your meal, and there are still a couple of hours of light left. You could, and estimate from Juno, from Eloa, sorry, is that if you continue your current pace, you will arrive at the destination just after sundown.
Oh. Yeah, that will give us an opportunity to reconnoiter in the cover of dark.
Alright, sounds like I gotta go outside. Give me a
Bork,
sec.
bork, bork.
Okay. And, I guess this is a question I should have asked you earlier. And in fact, I probably did ask you last time, but I forgot the answer. Were you going directly for the largest settlement in the Northern Front?
I believe so.
Okay.
Might be wise to stop off on like a smaller village, but
Actually, yeah, we should probably stop off at a smaller village just to get the lay of the land first before we barge into the capital and then everything goes wrong.
Then yeah, you can say you've... Yeah.
plus we should probably get onto a road at some point before the capital.
So let's say like your drop point is like 200 clicks away from the capital, which is 5 days full march at normal speed. And you're heading towards a local hub town. Not the biggest, but not quite bumfuck yokel nowhere.
Yeah.
Not quite.
It may even have 1,000 people.
Holy shit, we're getting into the big times now.
Wow. That's about as many people as Graves has ever met in his life. At least that have survived the Yifholes.
Look, you're being too real right now.
It's about as many people as lived in Cassa's Hab block.
Damn. That overpopulation, though?
Yeah. And Moab total had a population of about 1 billion, and they all lived in like the vast barrack cities, of which there are, a couple of dozen at most. So assuming an even distribution, that would be like...
That's a lot.
Yeah, like 40, like even distribution, just over 40 million per barrack city. Fuck me, the Imperium scale is whacked.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty horrible.
Time scale and population scale.
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
I can reuse a background from original Merz and Hammer. God, that's what I should do. I should keep sending you to feudal worlds, so I don't have to find new background art. I can just recycle.
You need to send us to a feudal world
Yay.
that's like South America and has a bunch of pyramids and shit in it. And there's like an infestation of some sort of space lizard folk.
I was gonna have to sit there with no mask.
What was that?
Yes, it was a fucking JoJo reference.
This is clearly how Savin sci-fi game has to be. All the alien races are space elves, space tieflings, and space cat people.
We pretty much have all of those
Yeah,
in 40k.
exactly.
You just have to hate them instead of liking them.
No, you can like the space kitties. They are a sanctioned abhuman branch. And 40k has never actually depicted them, so it is entirely at the GM's discretion as to whether they are monster girls or furries, or a mixture.
I feel like that's just them trying to. I don't know what I feel like that's them trying to do. I'm just gonna not comment.
That's them not expanding on lore, really. It's them throwing everything at the wall and not letting anything stick.
Oh, either way.
Yep, just hoping Bob comes back at a reasonable Yeah, that's probably not a good thing to do. We already demonstrated that Graves, if he gets bloodlusted, is quite capable.
No, you see,
Possibly DCL, yeah.
No, you see, it would work because the Yifening PTSD involves running the fuck away rather than fighting it. There was no end to the furry hordes.
Tiny little fuckboy Cassidy just chasing Graves around. Yeah.
Oh, the whore. Why would you
Oh, the
torment a
whore,
poor old
yes.
man like this so much? I just imagine Cassidy.
He
going
just
up
wants
to
to inspect your bulge.
Cassidy going up to Graves, going, "Can I call you daddy?" And Graves immediately just beating a run.
I just love the fucking mental image of a fucking middle-aged fucking human running away from like a 2-foot tall Cassidy. Come back here so I can daddy you.
Look, you weren't there, man.
So, behold the full extent of the canon information about the kitty people. It is
Oh my
2
God.
sentences.
I could literally play a cat girl.
Yeah.
Well, as if I needed any more
That
incentive
fucking
to get my
planet
story.
name, though. Carlos McConnell. That has to have been some G-dubs designer that was just a blatant furry.
Maybe. But the canon is that he was a rogue trader with an ego bigger than even a typical rogue trader.
So a furry.
I don't get the correlation there.
I mean, look, furry artists either come in DCL variety or JSON effects variety. Let's be honest.
Look, don't call us out like that. What the fuck? We didn't hurt you like that. Why are you just stabbing the knife? Well, either way. We have our campfire songs. Graves, for some reason, feels an ominous fear from a potential catfuck boy.
Back.
Welcome back.
There we go. That's right. We were waiting for Bob. I'm stupid.
Sorry, you were saying, Bob?
It looks like I missed the conversation about the Philinids.
Yes. I informed Savin and DCL that they exist. And there is a mixture of fear and excitement.
Fear from Save and excitement from DCL.
No, the other way around.
Actually, it's both.
Should
Okay.
I film the Elephas video?
Maybe later. For now, let's press on. So yeah. To pack things up, distribute the leftover stuff from the meal crate, and then I presume conceal it.
Yes. Is the crate valuable? Because if it's not, I'll just destroy it.
It's a
It's our only crate.
Wait, what are you talking about? Destroying a box, DC? You need to hide in that motherfucker.
Look, wrong character. Only by so much, but still.
Its material is probably valuable, but not seriously valuable, and the actual cratiness of it is not valuable at all.
Look, if we're not doing a retrieval mission for the resource, it's better we destroy it and not leave evidence.
Yeah, why didn't we just take it apart and use it for firewood?
So yeah,
Because it's an Imperial crate. It's not made of wood.
Oh,
It's made of plasteel.
Oh.
I'm going to destroy it. Grace plays some Metal Gear Rising real quick and cuts up the box enough so that it can be easily hidden in the ground.
Okay. You can hide some plasteel shards. And then, yeah. Step on off to continue the rest of your march. It's not long now before you start seeing signs of civilization. What at least a couple of you will recognize as the outerlying fields of farms, and then starting to come into view the outermost hamlets and farmsteads proper. Or even after about an hour from when you finished eating, signs of fences. Truly a bastion of civilization.
Ah, I see. Such glory. Such progress. Alright, Juno. I trust you to make good introductions for the rest of us.
Have no fear. You are talking to a princess, after all. I'm sure I can manage to talk to some peasants.
Oh, Juno.
Hmm?
Real quick, before we get in. Tattle for princess, that was your grace, right?
Out of character, that is correct, right?
It's often used as it. It varies so much between cultures.
Sure, let's go with that. Yes, Casa, that's correct. You may all refer to me as your grace. Big smug grin.
Bob, I can hear you playing with the dogs in the background, and it's adorable. So yeah, as I said, let's it's going to get dark before you arrive at the settlement proper. You're not that far out now, just maybe a couple of clicks. You could definitely make it there, or if you wanted to... Well, if you want to press on and just present yourselves immediately, you can do that, no problem. Even dark, there'll still be plenty of people awake for a while. Or if you had something else planned, hit me.
I think we should send Ceiko on a solo sneaking mission to gather recon data. And the rest of us can wait in the woods.
I shoot Savin because clearly he has been taken by a gene stealer.
Given that you are getting into the farmland that's supporting the settlement already, you would have to fall back a bit to actually get into some proper woodland.
That might be for the best, instead of trying to show up at dark and hope there's somewhere where we can stay here. Or we can just press on. I'm not, married either way. But I do think we should send Ceiko to fucking solid snake around in the brush and gather information.
We'll do it.
Alright. Let me open a thing up. Yeah, first off,
Sure.
yeah, so you had been sneaking earlier, but I think trying to sneak into the town itself and gather stuff, that's substantively different enough that I feel justified asking you to roll stealth again. Before you do, though, it is night, so you will actually have some bonuses. Hello?
Okay. Yep. Bonus.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
I was mesmerized by that picture of Carlos McConnell.
You know, that is fair.
That's your only
I'm just gonna
path.
open 1d4chan on stream. This can't end poorly.
I mean, that you're going to have to click the second link on the page there for Carlos McConnell.
Yeah, it's about what I expected.
I'm curious, but not enough to go and search for it myself.
It's glorious, don't worry.
I mean, it's literally linked in Roll20 DCL. Alright. When you are concealed by darkness, you get a +20 to stealth tests.
Alright.
And of course, that does stack with your, fucking chamomile.
Yeah, wow. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sneak in the tea. And, it doesn't actually impose a negative to, people's awareness. It doesn't double dip. Some things in this game do double dip like that, and it's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, please make your stealth test.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, they're trained in awareness. They're not trained in, what is that?
Perception?
Like 9 degrees of success awareness. So yeah, Ceiko, you can sneak on in, no problem.
I apologize for nothing.
And, it is a, well, clearly feudal town. Fairly, you're from the frontier, right?
A frontier is tundra, though.
Okay. Okay. Well, still, that gives you more perspective on relative sizes than, say, a hiver.
Mm.
This is a fairly significant population here, quite clearly. It's, you know, not not huge, but significant. It's probably relatively major in absolute terms. And I have a question for you, Ceiko.
Okay.
Do you speak High Gothic?
I do. I got the skill.
Would you give me a High Gothic skill test, then? +0, as you are trained.
I'm gonna give that a fate reroll.
Okay.
Nice.
You, okay, so, Ceiko, sneaking around, you distinctly overhear a, conversation that, although you aren't quite understanding it, the context makes it clear, and you're starting to pick up on the language some. At least the parts of the language that you would use when hiring a lady of the night.
That's what I figured was coming.
Yeah. Yes. This is a dialect of High Gothic, not Low. It's clearly it's a fairly formal tongue, but still not quite the scholar and ecclesiarchy approved High Gothic. With some time and exposure, you could probably figure it out fully, but you're not quite there yet.
Oh god, they're Australian.
No.
Trying to kill them for that.
You see, High Gothic is like ecclesiastical church Latin, and these people are speaking an early version of French.
Gotcha.
So, please note down on your character sheet that you have made one step towards understanding the Lethite tongue. That, for each step you get, means you'll have a +10 on your next High Gothic roll to try to actually understand them. Once you pass, you've passed. You've broken the language barrier. But yeah, this is me asking you to track your progress because it does get easier as time goes on. Now, in terms of intelligence gathering, what we're going to do is, well, you don't understand what's being said by anyone. So with that in mind, give me 9 questions to ask, and you can ask, the other players for help here, or fluff that as you like, contacting them through the Vox and asking what you should be checking out.
Okay, so I was disconnect. I couldn't hear anyone for like a half a minute.
That's
Okay,
unfortunate.
What was
Yeah.
the last thing you did hear from me?
It was right after Savin. It was right after the one step to Levi tongue thing. Breaking the language barrier.
Yes. So
Okay.
you got out of the mechanics of that work?
Yep, I got that.
Okay. So, yeah. Right now, you can't understand what they're saying, so do keep that in mind, but you, working with the rest of the players, can ask me 9 questions about this place.
So what is it we want to know right now?
Well, let's start off with a simple one. How friendly do they seem to, I guess, newcomers?
Or failing that, since I don't know if there's any newcomers, do the
What's
people
the
there
general
seem
air?
tense, or yeah, the air of the town?
Okay, so we'll go with that as the air of the town. Well, I'm just going to scribble in a handout as I do this. Or actually, Savin, can I give you a handout to scribble in?
Sure.
Yeah, since, I would struggle with pressing my push to talk while also, typing.
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
Ah, yes, the mysterious note. Alright, so what am I typing?
So, first question was, what was the air of the town?
Yeah, the air or mood of the town.
Okay. Ceiko? There are people hiring prostitutes. It's not super tense. It's not obviously celebratory either, but it seems...
Natural.
Yeah, natural, relaxed, just like they're living their lives.
It's not like there's a pandemic going on right now, or a carnival.
Yes. If you linger to watch the man and the prostitute, you will see that they are definitely not employing social distancing.
Let's see. Is there anyone strange or out of place in town? Some other visitor, perhaps.
Something Borky, like from Bob's Mic.
It's hard to say without, being able to ask anyone. Most of the people look about the same. Just dressed in, like feudal garb, tunics, pantaloons or hose.
And there's a lot of hoes, apparently.
Yeah, but I think, looking for strange, you do note there are a couple of people in tall, Ceiko-style hats and wielding muskets. It's a military presence, perhaps?
Ah, well, that answers my next question.
Well, I mean, fair enough. What would you like to ask instead?
Hmm.
And of course, anyone can feel free to contribute here.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of things, but honestly, nothing is relevant to at least me.
Fair enough.
Is there any evidence of trade having come through lately, like, say, big wagons full of goods or whatever?
Yeah. You can look for that, and yes, there is quite clearly a main road through here, and well, being a tightly compact town, it's not the cleanest road, and it has clear wagon furrows in on either side of the cobble, on either side of it. Like, in some places, the cobbles are actually exposed, and there is a and as well, Ceiko can head into the center and find a square which has the last couple of stalls being taken down. It seems there was a market.
Is there any evidence whatsoever of advanced technology? More so than a musket.
A lot here.
Nothing Ceiko can find.
Fair enough.
How many questions is that now?
That's 4 out of our 9. Any evidence of religion? Church, temple, imperial ocula?
They currently lack the ability to speak, Stray. I guess you were AFK a bit.
I went to the restroom. Oh well, I went to the restroom and then got.
Fair enough. Yeah. Religion. Yes, also on that square, one of the oldest looking buildings here. It's a square stone structure. It has an open-faced tower on it, in which burns a flame.
Flame, dear flame.
The main body of it does have, the one facing has stained glass, the rest are just shuttered over. Looks like it might be a place of worship.
Is there any obvious symbology on it?
Other than the flame, no. At least nothing that could be seen without heading inside, and even as stealthy as Ceiko is, it would be fairly obvious that someone opened the big door.
Fair enough. I'm running out of questions at this point.
I can ask a stupid one.
Go for it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is the prostitute?
Better question: how many teeth does she have?
Unfortunately, she appears to be a 4 out of 10.
Makes sense.
Coincidentally,
Mercendi.
that's how many teeth she has in her mouth.
Merzendi, just sick Ornstein and Small on us already.
Look, I'm
You
not
know
saying
she wants to.
Say again, DCL?
I'm not saying I would love to get revenge, but
Listen, I know that she knows that I know.
Right. In any case, you don't have to ask all 9. It's, just... But you have the option to ask up to 9.
Well, we have 3 questions left if anyone has any ideas.
I'll give you this one for free, as... Well, you did ask for, like, symbology and insignia on the church. I'll give you in general. On the largest of the houses, like, not the church, but the next largest one in the, next largest building, there is, just hanging from the front of it a, banner which, bears a pair of, which bears a crossed sword and musket over a, red field, and the soldiers are wearing, similar patches on their shoulders.
Oh god, the communists have taken over.
Well,
I mean, if you want...
wait,
if
aren't
you
happy?
think that's, if you think that's evidence of communist takeover, then that's sufficient evidence of Tau corruption.
I mean, aren't you happy that your side finally won, Savin?
Like, I'm just saying, 2 crossed, implements on a red fucking field screams commies to me.
I mean, that all old, religions and governments were completely annihilated by the emperor and consigned to history. So what we should be looking for is actual signs of the Tau Imp, which is like a weird oblong circle with a circle and then stuff scribbled in the middle.
Do we see that anywhere?
No, the symbol described is the only symbol.
Okay. So, no visible Tau bullshit other than communism. Alright. Let's see. Aside from the soldiery, does there appear to be any sort of, like, governmental hierarchy here? Like, is there an alderman or a mayor? Or some sort of, like, bureaucracy at work?
Uncertain. Perhaps that's who lives in the house with the banner. But, at this time, given that it is dark, there is no one going around looking like a government figure, no tax collection or anything happening.
Alright, last question, guys. Someone come up with something good.
Monty Python reference.
No.
No, I seriously just have nothing. I'm at least ready just to go into the town at this point. Well, I guess tomorrow at this point.
Alright, final question then. Aside from the troops with the muskets, is there anyone in town bearing arms?
Most everyone has a cutting implement of some kind, though they're typically just long knives or daggers. That's
Oh, good. They imply the American philosophy.
Everybody
That's-
strapped.
not quite everyone, but far and away the majority have knives. A couple of people have proper swords, but it's like 1 in 10, 1 in 20. Plus, of course, the soldiers.
Alright, well, that's all I got.
Work.
Loki, why?
Play
You
with
ask
me, Dad.
It is because dog. You ask as if you do not know.
I don't. She does this. She's not. Instead of most dogs would bark at what the problem is, Loki sees the problem, comes back to me, and then barks.
Dad, I got something to show you.
Alright.
Oh, no, she
Um.
sees me doge. Okay, I'll turn out the light.
But yeah, Ceiko can also just go ahead and sneak back out, no problem.
No problemo.
And, a while later rejoin, you all. Or, well, I guess if you want, well, Ceiko's sneaking mission has taken up a solid chunk of time. If you did want to go in tonight, it would be very late by the time you arrived.
Yeah, no, we can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you had fallen back from the farmland to the woods, yeah?
Makes sense. I assume we know enough about the local wildlife to know that it's not so deadly and dangerous that we're just going to get insta-jibbed sleeping in the forest.
Now there's lizards.
It might be a good idea to actually go into town then, if we don't know how dangerous the local wildlife is. I assume not very, as there is human civilization, and there'd be other hints like, I don't know, walled cities and stuff like that.
I mean, this town does have a palisade around it.
Oh,
Oh, woo!
you know, I would say we might want to go into town, but frankly, I relish the chance to get to kill something. If only Snippy was here, he would compliment my comment by saying, "I relish the chance for something to kill me."
I relish the chance for something to kill you too.
Well, either way, unless we want to go inside from that risk, I guess we are bumming it. But I've done my duty, at least making everyone aware of that.
We can bum it, no problem.
Cowabunga it is.
Now, are we going for a morning arrival or a midday arrival?
Well, hold on. You
I'm just
guys,
wondering what.
you guys need to make it through the night before you make that decision. And
Oh god. We will be
making
attacked by
it-
wolves.
Who knows? You might be. Would you perhaps like to set any watches?
I will take a watch.
I will take a watch from atmosphere.
Does she even need to sleep?
She doesn't, but she also really can't help.
Oh.
Boo.
Well, I'll take a watch anyway.
As they are camping in a forest, yes, Eloa, you can detect there are life signs. There are many, many life signs. Oh my god. there is life in the forest. Who would have known?
Considering the only skill I really care about is sword, and considering I need 6 ranks of exhaustion before that's even affected.
All of you bunker down. There are so many organic life forms around.
We
They
say
have
that
not embraced the true flesh. Run!
So many heretics.
That beetle has not replaced its wings with anti-grav.
How
How dare!
is that what a Mechanicus shut-in is like? They just fear everything because everything is not true flesh yet.
Yeah, that's what a Mechanicus neat is, DCL.
All right.
Okay, good. I do have a point in awareness.
Do any of you have, tents or pop-up habs or anything?
Once again, things forgotten in character. I mean, out of character, things Graves would not have forgotten in character. I'm sorry I'm leaning on this so hard, but...
I'll let you get away with it for Graves.
But there's no way Graves spread enough for everyone.
You don't know
Wait,
that. Graves' carry capacity is pretty big, and he doesn't have a power pack.
I'm saying I'll let you get away with not having called it for yourself, but if you wanted to be carrying sleeping tents and stuff for everyone, I would have needed you to declare that.
Alright, well at least we have the one. It's gonna be a little cozy and cuddly, people.
Yeah, I didn't
No,
know.
not tentacles. Tent.
You heard what I said. Getting this tent.
Yes, I'm just complaining at roll 20. As the first when I searched my library for tent, the first thing was D28 tentacles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, so Graves has an tent. Does anyone else have an tent?
Nope.
Not that I wrote down.
Does anyone else have any sort of justification for why they may be able to have a tent without having written it down beforehand?
Ceiko's got 2 ranks in survival.
You may have 2 tents.
You mean sleep on the thing?
And I will pitch my own tent inside of the spaceship. Haha,
because you
solidarity
can?
for my friends.
I
You
enjoy
say
that.
so.
I mean, it's definitely solid.
No. I will just go to sleep propped up against the corner, tied into the auspex. Good night, Moon.
I'm sure if the 2 moons were able to speak, they would say goodnight to you as well.
Oh man, is it already 9:30?
Yes.
Yes.
No, Bob, it is not.
Oh, it's 9:25.
See, Bob, you came into this chat and then lied to everybody.
To be fair, he asked a question, actually.
Mm-hmm. You could have said no, but you said
Bob,
Alright.
Bob, why aren't we closer friends?
yeah. But oh my. Okay, what's the issue with us not walking in there at night and just paying for a hotel room? What?
There's no real issue. It's just, I guess, we don't want to do that.
We're just trying to stay subtle for right now, at least.
I mean...
Yeah, we sent Ceiko in to scout around instead, and that took all night.
All right.
Not all night, but it took a while, such that you would be arriving at at a time when sensible people are asleep.
Yeah.
So even if I wanted to spend the night in the arms of a lady of the night instead of on the ground.
I said sensible people.
Ladies of the night are up all night. That's their job.
But
Also, it appears we have gotten a night encounter.
Well, I'm not confirming or denying as of yet. I'm just setting things up so that, if there is one, you get one.
Here's to you, B. Simon Smith.
Please, Merz, don't tease me like this.
okay,
So-
alright, so can we sort of try and share one of the tents with the people on a rotation for watch duty?
There are 2 tents. They're not super comfortable, cramming multiple people in, but you can. Yeah. So, Graves declared a watch. Ceiko, you said you wanted to watch. And
Yeah.
then
I will be on a watch for whatever good it'll do us.
Casa was also going to volunteer for one. So
What's the penalties of staying up for a night?
That's a good question. I know there is an answer. I just need to just going to need to find it. Alright,
It broke, Bob?
What? Oh yeah, yeah. Firefox fucking froze for like a good 5 minutes there.
Oh, dear.
uh-oh.
Straight minimize and everything. Nah, it's good now. It's good. It just did that for a while. That's why I randomly brought up the time.
When do you need to go for getting, to sleep for work?
Probably in the next 30 minutes.
Okay. And if you want to stay up all night, what's your toughness?
My toughness is 40.
My toughness is 45.
If you want to just go a night without sleeping rather than taking shifts, I guess you can.
I'd rather take shifts.
I'll stay up for the night, just because.
If you say so.
I know there's a thing for this. I just cannot fucking remember where.
Okay, let me rephrase this. I'll stay the night so long as the penalties for doing so are not insane. So I think if anyone would be aware of what insomnia does to his performance, it would be Graves.
Most likely, yes. Alright,
But
well, I can't find it, so I'm just going to improv. If you do decide to go a full night without rest... Oh, actually, is it? It might be under that. Hold on. Sudden flash of inspiration.
Yeah, that's just what you need to go through a rule book. Well, I don't know. I could definitely see where some things could go in like multiple categories, and you really don't want to just reiterate the fact like 6 different times.
Yeah.
That's why page references are a thing.
Yeah. I mean, there is an index in this book. It's just, well, it doesn't have shit for sleeping. And yes, yeah. Boops is definitely going to be able to help the people on watch really, really well. Okay. So, closest reference I can find for staying up is forced marching, which doesn't really apply here. So I think what I'm gonna do is that if you decide to go a full night without sleeping, I'll have you roll a +0 toughness test, and if you fail, then then you get a level of fatigue and a further level of fatigue per 2 degrees of failure. So it's probably not going to be that bad, but it could be.
But it could be.
I'm sure you won't, 90 and then fate into a 100 DCL.
I'm sure. You know what? Now, God, I shouldn't, but I am. I'm gonna test the fates. Let it be known that when this goes horribly wrong, we all knew this was a bad idea.
Okay,
Yep.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to set here at the bottom people's shifts, and of course in tradition there will be 3 shifts. Graves is on all of them because Graves. Baltus, are you going on an all-nighter as well?
You know what? You know what? Sleeping. Wait, I don't have any real changes of clothes. I assume.
That's a fair point. Actually, you probably don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on all of them. I'm not gonna get my clothes dirty or ruffled, so, or do my best.
All right.
Reasons why.
So the full night is going to be covered by 2 people anyway. I actually kind of think the others can get away with just sleeping then.
I'll be nice and rested.
Yeah, when Winter gets back, I'll ask him.
Savin said
I'm
she's...
back. Okay, Winter. So those 2 are going the full night. So I think you can probably get away with just sleeping the full night.
I
And
guess
being
so.
well rested tomorrow. Alright. So Juno, are you just standing up in power armor?
Not standing up, but yeah, Juno's gonna plant her sword and axe in the ground here, set her pack out, and then lean up against a tree and yeah, go to sleep.
Fair enough. So yeah, Graves, Baltus, position yourselves where in, the area you would like to be. Deleted your duplicates.
I forget, does going up a step to toughness give you extra HP, or does that not how that works? I don't know why.
No.
I don't know why I thought that's how that
Gives
worked.
you extra soak.
But you can get sound constitution more times.
Sounds
Yes.
constitution. You can buy that trait, and you get double your toughness bonus in buying that talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. You specifically, you can buy it a number of times equal to double your toughness bonus. It only gives you 1 wound each time, though.
And that's what I spent all of my XP in the beginning. Which is why I have 17 wounds.
I want to be able to see.
Well, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was.
What's it called on the errata, if it's on the errata? For Snippy's errata? Is it just sound constitution in the core rulebook, or does it have...
Yes.
It's the talent.
Yeah, I know it's a talent, but what's here?
Tier 1.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. For some reason, Control F just wasn't working. Okay, Google. Toughness. All right. Yeah, I'll start putting EXP into that eventually.
Constitution?
Yeah, I don't see why not at this point. I'm almost as I'm going to ever get.
Right.
Alright. Bob, DCL. You're on watch. Could each of you just roll me 1d10?
I was wrong. It is 1d10 boulets. Well, fuck.
Okay. And yeah. You two, may now proceed to rolling me toughness. It's +0. Don't get high degrees of failure.
And
Bob, that's high degrees of failure.
Would Iron Jaw count for this, or is that only for stun?
That's only for stun.
Hey.
Are you going to buy in?
Now, what rank of exhaustion's not bad.
Okay. Bob, would you like to re-roll?
You know what? That's in the end of session. Sure. Yeah, I'll reroll. That's going to be 86.
Alright. Graves, you suffer 1 rank of fatigue. Baltus, you're fine. Apparently all of those years partying, in the, Adeptus Astra Telepathica have, trained you to pull all-nighters.
The Psyker final exams have prepared me for this moment.
Yeah. So, neither, bandits, beasts, or local, soldiery descend upon you during the night.
Aww.
And, that's... Juno wakes a little before dawn to, touch herself up. And... yeah. In time you can rouse the others and get ready to head into the town. So, at this point, as instructed by Eloa, Casa is going to put Boops into her pack. Sure, you know, no bit of him shows. And yeah.
That was an oddly stressful night. I had a dire feeling that we were about to be attacked. Perhaps just my nightmares getting the worst of me.
I wish something had had the poor sense to attack us. I sat up rather bored. But
Oh well.
the day's starting anew. However, I suppose this time we were wishing not for violence. Just get along with the locals.
Well, yes, but there could have at least been a lizard or something.
I have to question what it is with you and you lizards.
Don't you remember the... No, not you, Sir Nicodemus. Evil, nasty lizard, not a well-groomed, handsome lizard like you. But yes, don't you remember the reports? There are supposedly much larger creatures about. Oh well. Let's get a move on then.
So, you can push out from the woods, get onto a road, and then head on up. It's, there are already some people out in the field starting to do their farm work. And, well, you're drawing some looks. Yeah. Yeah, Graves is definitely drawing a lot of looks of what the fuck, oh my god, scared.
Juno will smile beatifically and wave at people as we pass.
If you want to, you can roll charm.
Real quick, how tall is Juno? This is an important question.
Let's see. I don't know if I have that written down necessarily. Let me see. She's probably like 5'8".
And power, and even, like, Adeptus Sororita power armor adds like a solid 6 inches.
Excellent. So is she a big girl now?
The reason why I asked is because I wanted to see if the juxtaposition of what must now be like 7-foot tall skeleton knight and a small smiling girl waving to everybody.
Yeah, there's almost a foot of difference.
Wait, isn't I missed some of that, but isn't Juno in power armor?
Yeah.
Yes, it adds a solid 6 inches. It's
Oh.
Adeptus Sororita power armor, so it doesn't
Oh, right.
boost her a size category. But yeah, it's brought her from 5'8" to 6'2", and then Graves is like at least 7.
Like minimum because of that surgery.
Yeah, so it's this black armored skull infused titan, a holy paladin, and then just a couple of other people.
So
A couple of relatively ordinary people following behind. Are you sneaking, Ceiko?
I am, you're right.
Oh wait, I need to get that. I had the perfect one to use, but I can't remember where to find it. It's that rich dude who's like deny the peasantry or whatever.
Oh, and that was without bonuses.
Uh,
That's an 81.
I'm pretty sure you're just invisible at this point.
I am.
We're
I
not
have the
really
most-
sure Ceiko ever existed in the first place.
yeah.
You haven't seen him all trip. You've heard from him, but you haven't seen him.
Just a voice on the winds.
So yeah, you can your way up the road. And eventually come to the town. The gateway by the palisade is open. There is a soldier standing by it. He's leaning on his musket.
Does he challenge us in any way as we approach, or is he just gonna let us go on in?
He does certainly stiffen and come to and start paying a lot more attention when you close in. All of you have your weapons sheathed, yeah?
Yes. Juno's
What
got her
weapon?
shield and two-handed axe over her back and her arming sword at her side.
Genre, c'est la guerre.
Guten Tag.
Can all of you pop a high Gothic roll if you have it trained? So, and of course, Ceiko, you have a +10.
Cool. Oh no!
All right, let's fate point that. Let's
So you
try-
actually did just say Guten Tag?
try again, you fucking retard. Oh no, it's still really
Oh, there we go.
bad.
What was the bonus, or was there?
I had a bonus because I
Not-
had already.
Okay.
Yeah. You do still have. Well, no, actually, you would have used that bonus on the toughness roll, actually.
Oh right, fuck, I forgot. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
Graves, do you have high Gothic?
Nope.
Would you like to make a -40 intelligence roll?
Sure. So what happens if that's just 0?
Then it's a minimum of 1%. Like for Casa there, who is just going to buy in with her one fate.
Do you want to as well?
You know what? I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna pick up the language. I hear it and I go, what a beautiful language.
Only Juno is too stupid to understand French. The irony is astounding.
Alright, yeah. Fucking hell!
Did we all?
I needed a minute, but
Everyone
Fuck yo, interesting adventure conceit. We're just gonna all roll ones.
Alright, yeah. Yeah. This is a dialect of High Gothic, and, well, even if you aren't formally trained in it, everyone is has had at least partial exposure to High Gothic. And apparently, Graves and Casa, yeah, they've had sufficient experience to just be able to figure this out. Juno, next time you'll have a +10, but for now you're, not certain what he said. The rest
was
of you, though, morning. What, is it the war?
I will lean over just to keep character and whisper gently into Juno's ear what he is saying. So that she might at least have an attempt to respond back in High Gothic.
No, Juno, once she realizes, what the fuck is this stupid frog saying? I'm just gonna gesture to, Balti. You talk to the man.
Okay, so what is he actually asking about?
Well, he said, morning. What, is it the war?
Ah.
As, you know, there are a couple of you in full fucking plate armor.
I apologize for nothing.
No.
Stompy, 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 stomp.
No. We're traveling by foot, and it's a bit troublesome to deal with. I just point to the giant man in armor. He just goes, "He's scary."
Ah, yes, yes. Uh, uh, well, welcome to Cadril. You'll find that you'll have no trouble from the oh god, what did I call them? Hold on. You'll have no trouble from the Fang Stalkers in here.
Okay. Okay. Now, out of character, I wonder. I'm somewhat assuming those are the dragons, but they could also be just a local band of thugs. Well, no, I think I'll pass on that actual question. I'll just go with that. That is so good to hear. We've been traveling been traveling some distance. Just just jubilant to be.
Well, you should pick yourselves up some rifles. Or a carriage.
It's a good idea, actually. We should buy a carriage.
Oh Jesus! Do we have to buy a mode of transportation on every planet?
If you want to fit in. But yes, you on Moab, you didn't really buy, but you did acquire a van. And then at Port Moore, you bought a tank. And now it's time to buy a carriage. It's a natural progression.
A natural order.
I mean, I think it's a little out of order, but yes, there's a progression there.
Well,
Next we'll be buying a cart.
Eventually we'll buy like a man-drawn cart with square wheels. It'll be great.
Speaking
Please
of
send
buying
us back to a
things,
Stone Age planet.
I'm gonna ask him a good place to get some grub.
He pulls something from his belt. It looks like a watch, but it's far too large to be a chrono.
Food's here.
Well, at this time, the alehouse proper will be closed, but you might be able to beg off. You might be able to get some of the first bread. Bakery is just nearest bakery is just 2 lanes back and then turn left. You'll know the smell.
Oh. Okay, so alright, so bakery. What did he have in his pocket? I'm sorry, I missed that.
An oversized and primitive watch.
Doesn't even have a digital face on it. Primate.
Well, at least it's not like glowing blue and.
This is when we realize like Brave is the only boomer here who can read the clock.
It's true, we've probably never seen fucking hour-minute hands.
Oh, a nice. Actually, I'm not going to use any local dialects. Local dialects for bread because that might give me away. But I'd be happy. Bakery. Yeah.
Sorry, I was saying at this point it's probably worth mentioning that we probably have thick ass accents.
Oh yeah. Of course, but asking for food, say, oh, he's scary. We've been walking a while. Probably denotes a certain level of bizarreness, anyway. Uh, uh, you know what? I'll give him a tip.
Okay, Edra.
So,
What are you gonna
of
tip him?
what?
I don't have any currency.
Like,
Wait, do we not have any kroners? What?
If you have any coinage, it would be imperial coinage. It would be like actual throne geld, as in actual gold.
I mean, I assume they have that here. That's what I have in my coin pouch. Coin pouch.
I mean,
Oh, that'd be like one influence. Never mind. I ain't paying this guy shit.
it wouldn't necessarily be a whole influence. It's just that your basic unit of currency is probably a very a very large amount of currency for here.
him. Ah, okay. All right. Who wants to buy a bakery?
We'll deal with that when the time comes. Don't worry.
Baltus is at the very least hungry and appreciates the man for pointing him towards breakfast.
MREs are all you need.
Oh, poor Graves. He's never had fresh baked bread before. Oh, and food without corpses in it.
By the by, before you head on too far, your sidearms are fine, but once you've taken a room, we would appreciate it if you left the battle axe there.
Looks at Juno.
I think Juno's cognizant enough to see where he's looking, and she will scowl and make a big show of crossing her arms but sighing and nods.
Should I ask if a simple peace tie will do?
Juno will lean back and whisper, No, that's fine. The knight will keep her arms locked away, as is proper.
I raise my hands in a overly just giving up. As I concede the point and make a visual show of it. If you know what that looks like. I speak very Italian, apparently.
Yeah. You gesticulate wildly.
Yes. That does somewhat help if you're got a thick accent. Believe it or not. I find it has anyway.
Alright, well, if he's not stopping us, then Juno's gonna
Okay,
walk.
we'll
Give him
continue on.
A nod and walk by.
Hello, bear. You're not gonna eat any of my food.
Bear.
He'll give all of you a little up nod, except for Graves, who he gives a proper nod, a proper full-on bow of the head to, because Graves is actually just a fucking intimidating monster.
And move on without even acknowledging him. Part of the act.
Right. Does it look like the market's open yet?
Yeah. So you head in it. It's a lot busier than it was when Ceiko was sneaking around. Probably hasn't come up to full swing, but yes. The market stalls are being erected. Some have already been put up, and wares are being prepared.
Excellent.
There's not much there yet. There's probably, the carts will be coming in a couple of hours.
Alright. Before
How
we go
early in the
and
morning are we?
stuff ourselves, let's go get some local currency, shall we? Juno will reach under her neck and pull out some of her remaining finery, probably just like a
Yeah, that makes
modest
sense.
necklace. Clutch that in hands.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes
let's-
sense. Go get currency. Yeah.
Let's see if we can find a like a trader or some sort of I don't know, jewelry or gemsmith who might be interested in taking some nice jewelry off Juno's hands.
You, shy, want to, but, you'll give that up, Juno? I mean, that...
Oh, I stole that from your
Yours,
gang,
bro.
Cass. It's fine.
Oh! Heh!
Juno will give her a big grin and slap on the back.
No, I thought you were about to sell your mother's dowry or something.
Oh, gods no. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt. We can always just get it back when we secure the planet. But no.
So I have an idea I want to try to implement now. Actually, I'm not sure how long. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
I realize that what I want to do makes no sense because we're only trying to be incognito for this one mission. So trying to cultivate a reputation is somewhat pointless.
Fair.
I mean, you are going to be incognito for as long as you want to be. You guys get to decide when your reconnaissance is done. I would appreciate you telling me if we are suddenly switching this to a like long-term low fantasy game, but
Merz, I'd like to
can.
turn this into a long-term low fantasy game, please.
I think that's going to be broken considering I have a last pistol with infinite recharges tucked away.
Okay,
Well,
I
you
guess
can't
I'll
really
just-
use your wizard pistol. And
I
guess-
guess I'll just quit the game then.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. I was just like, wait, but then it would be a situation of I guess I just die now for poor Eloa.
We call in a literal dragon. It's just
yeah, I mean, you're a pet dragon. It's fine.
All right. But yes, can head up to the market square and well, there are some peddlers and the like that might be willing to take it, but no proper like no proper goldsmith or jeweler has like set up a stall.
Well, is there any peddler who looks like he might be interested in such a thing?
Indeed, as I said.
Sorry, I didn't. I just heard that there weren't any like specialists.
they haven't set up shop yet, or well, they would probably be in. Trying to think logically about this, maybe close to their equivalent to a bank.
Do you know how to read, Frog?
I'm just gonna start looking for signs with a giant like jewel on it, or a person holding a.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, let's see what thing I should have you. I mean, I guess if you want. You can actually speak to the people, so you could actually just
ask.
ask them, which would, be like an inquiry roll. Or if you just want to look around, then I guess like Roar's perception.
Well, I don't have inquiry trained.
Then raw ass perception, that shit.
Okay,
What is
I
with
see
these
we're
dice?
carrying on with guys, you have found your true calling. It is infiltrating feudal worlds.
Yeah, this is great.
Apparently, this is the best it's been.
This
Oh no,
is our
this means
most
if we get
successful
to
mission
combat,
so far.
My rolls are gonna be shit in combat. It's one or the other. It's never both.
Look, at least Graves and I will be fine. The rest of you might be a little fucked.
So, old Juno is looking for a stand. Baltus can take a look at the buildings nearby. He take a maybe step away from the group and take a quick look down one of the some of the side streets. Yeah. Just as you are coming to the realization that you're going to have to accept a shitty ass peddler, Baltus can come back. And Baltus, you have found dun 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 a shop from which has hung a painted sign of a necklace.
Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to sell.
A red jewel hung from a golden chain.
Perfecto. Huh. Good work, Baltus.
I just figured since most of these people probably couldn't read, they put up a sign to tell people where to go.
Why can't they all read? Cassie, you can read, right?
Yeah, but that was only 'cause Cartel taught me.
Why don't their lords teach them how to read?
'Cause that takes time from their day to do things like farming or peddling stuff or eating.
But reading's
Or fighting.
important. How can you... Yeah.
It's only important if you got something to read. And if all the people are busy working like that, then who's got the time to write?
I suppose we'll have to send preachers down rather than just leaflets.
That would actually work very well. They spend most of their time. That's usually what the preachers do anyway. They're the ones with the time and the effort to read stuff or proclaim stuff.
Yes, right. Well, pitiable situation aside, let's go get some money.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Juno will attempt to sell an necklace.
Yes. You'll have a -10 on your commerce roll because you're having to use an intermediary for translation, or you could let someone else take the lead and just assist.
Does anyone else have commerce? I know Casa does.
Yeah, she has it at +10.
I have it trained.
What's your fellowship?
45.
I mean, actually, your chance of success is better than mine to begin with, so yeah, I'll just assist with Casa.
Sure. So Casa, her fellowship is 37, so with a +10, she's at 47.
I mean, it seems like we should both be assisting Baltus, is what I meant.
Well, no, I mean, like, her skill rating is
Oh.
47 before assistance.
Oh, right. Okay. So yes, the two of us can assist Casa then. Nice.
And, I should make a merchant roll.
It's the finest gem he has ever seen in his life.
It quite very well may be.
It's very exotic, very exotic.
Yeah. But between Juno, well, looking like an incredibly wealthy knight, and Baltus and Casa actually just playing the worth up. Yeah, he is entirely convinced that this is a great artifact. Oh yeah, you look fancy, but you don't look like a highborn adventurer.
True.
You look like an actual merchant.
Yeah. I look
Yeah.
like the guy from Castlevania in the third season.
Yes, you. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, you can sell that and get enough local currency. It's it's square coins that are at least in appearance silver. They're probably not a pure metal. Yes, they are square and have a square hole in the middle. Yes, you can get sufficient of those to cover any incidental expenses. If you want to try to buy big things, then that'll, be a different matter.
Can I make a high Gothic roll to try and pick up on the language during this process?
I guess, yeah. There would be a lot of talking involved here. So you've got a +10 from trying to.
Christ, Juno!
And you could buy in if you've got a fate left.
Oh yeah, I got a fate left. Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Let's go.
Alright. So everyone can now speak primitive French.
Bon.
So yes, you have money, you've picked up on the local language. What do now?
Now we go get bread.
Now we have Breaky-Fist.
Good job,
we
you
call
two. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Is that what we call it for the night?
Bob, do you... But you're the one with the time limit, I guess.
Yeah, let's call it for tonight. I
Alright.
feel bad because we just feels like we just started, but
Yeah, session went by pretty fast. It just means we were having fun.
Yeah. And, well, you aren't integrated into the local culture, but you're as close as you could be given the time spent. You have actually made efficient progress with your mission.
We're doing the thing again where we're accidentally very competent.
Yeah, I mean, fucking hell. I am amazed at those linguistics rolls still.
As
That
am
was
I.
pretty
I was
special.
I'm gonna spend the entire campaign not knowing what anybody's saying. Apparently, the dice said, "No, you're not."
No, you are a polyglot.
Yeah. So, y'all, enjoy 500 XP.
Nice. Ooh.
Nice.
I'm not complaining.
600?
500.
600 XP. Got it.
500, I'm afraid, my floof.
Mm, 700 XP.
Yep, new total should be 9,800.
Nice.
10,000 XP.
Oh, yeah, Savin, real quick before we close out, yeah, you have heraldry trained, congratulations. That, crossed sword and musket on red that the soldier was wearing as a patch, yeah, that's very likely, that's almost certainly the coat of arms of the local lord.
Ah, excellent.
Good. I know nothing about stuff like this, for I am a stupid merchant.
So, you know, that house adjacent to the market square that had a big banner with that hanging from it is probably where the Lord lives.
Well, perhaps we can go talk to him at some future date, like, say, a week from today.
Yeah. I hope you guys all did enjoy today.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're watching on stream or YouTube, we will see you tomorrow for 7D. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.